Hi guys, I'm not quite sure why I'm doing this so late at night, but I suddenly thought it might just be kind of fun to go over a few of the basic steps in taking care of long hair after you've washed it and after you've let it dry. Um, it just so happens that today was hair wash day for me. I do it once a week, and it's at its best now because it's dry. I've already done the preliminary, the finger combing, brushing, and everything, so it's going to look easier than it is to do. But I'm Mr. Lazy Bones right here. I don't want to spend more than 5 or 10 minutes a day on my hair, but I think I still get pretty good results. If I turn around, you can probably see that from today's washing, the hair came out, I think, pretty good. But anyway, I thought it did. You might not think it did. Somebody else might not think it did. Somebody might think it did. Who thought it did anyway? Anyway, let me take the band off my head. What I do is after the hair is dry, and I have the band on while it's drying, what I do is I reach in the back, and instead of taking all of it forward, I separate the back just a little bit, well, more than a little bit. I separate it right in half, and I'll bring one half over to work on at first, leaving the other half in back. Believe me, it makes it a heck of a lot easier, much easier. Then what you do, and it's the best thing you have, fingers. They're free. I mean, how many things in life are that cheap? Not much. Anyway, you take the fingers and you start on the bottom hairs and you run your fingers very gently through the hairs, but be on the lookout for snags. They're bad news, snags. When you find a snag, what you do is if it's too hard to get apart or you can't pull down on it all the way, try pulling the hair apart, and that just might kind of help quite a bit. I think it would anyway. Helps me. Not always a success, but for the movie, of course, you have to seem to be a success, I guess. Anyway, you work your fingers further and further along up the hair, being careful as you go. I had said that before, but that's for somebody that might not have heard it, I guess. And I just got a tangle. How about that? In the process of doing this, it's very good to do it every day, because when your hair gets to be as long as mine, what happens is there's a lot of hairs that fall out of your head, and they're going to remain in there. And if you don't do this every day and get those hairs that are embedded in with the good hairs, what's going to happen by the second and third day, you're going to have tangle and snarl city like you wouldn't believe. The traffic isn't going to be going too well. In fact, it's going to be more like gridlock, and you're not going to be too happy with that. All right, let's pretend, because I don't want to spend forever. I don't know how long this is going to last. Anyway, I've gone through this whole side, and just we'll pretend I've done the other side too, and put this one back in place, and twirl this one over, and everything falling down. No, I never do that. The next thing that I do is I take a nice wooden comb, and notice how wide the teeth are. They're really, really nice, and they make it very easy to follow up with your fingers. And you take the comb, and you start at the bottom like you would with your fingers, and you go through the hair just like this, and it's not really too hard at this point. Make sure that you go up all the way. Make sure that you get the back of your head, you know, right where the part would be. You know, in other words, everything. You know, you don't want to leave 2 inches undone, and you'll feel like an unfinished symphony. That's what I am, by the way, an unfinished symphony. But I don't mind. I'll finish it someday, I guess. After you're through with the wooden brush, you can finish off, and it gives kind of a nice shine, a boar's bristle brush. And then what you do is you just brush the hair You don't have to do it, you know, too hard or anything, but you know, just kind of light. If you go in too hard, what you're liable to do is snap some of the hairs. And I'm just showing you kind of part of this, but I think you'll get the idea. It's not really that hard. After you do it long enough, you get the hang of it. Also, the brush is going to probably pick up some more hairs that haven't been dislodged yet. So you just sort of pick those out and throw them on the rug. I mean, in a wastebasket. No, you wouldn't want to throw them on the rug. So I only do things like that, but I do the impossible. Okay, so then your hair is ready, or pretty much ready. I put it in the back like this. Then what I do is I keep going up with it, dropping it down, and kind of shaking my head. And you can probably see from the back that, you know, since it's been washed, you know, it has kind of a nice flow to it. I can pick it up and it'll fall down nicely, and it feels really nice. Of course, it's got lots of conditioner in it. And with that, then you can decide how you're going to wear it for the day. Do you want it like this? You know, you might. Who knows? You might want it, well, anyway. You could put it in a tail, you can braid it. Just don't cut it. That would be kind of too bad. It takes a long time to grow it back. Anyway, I guess that's a very quick tutorial. I don't know if it really taught too much. Let me put my headband back on, and then I guess I'll be all set, if such a thing is possible with a person like me. Anyway, that's my very, very brief Justin tutorial about how I take care of my hair. Guys, you that are in the process of growing it out, really try to stay away from the haircuts and scissors in the beginning. It's just going to set you back, and the best thing is bite the bullet, just let the hair grow, and you look back in time and it'll seem, wow, you know, it didn't really take that long at all. And don't worry about what other people say or what other people think. I mean, really, who are they? But then again, who are you? Well, that's questionable, I guess, but not the guys on the board. They're not questionable. So I hope this has taught something. If nothing else, it's kind of taught you guys what kind of a nut this Justin is, and you've seen him in actual real life walking around.